Hi, we are Group 23 with Melissa Hernandez, Joanne Velasquez, Monica Panduranga, Yvonne Guevara, and we're doing the genetically modified food label. How many of you have eaten Fruit Loops, drank Powerade, or even chewed gum? All of you have, right? The interesting thing about these day-to-day beverages and foods is that they actually all contain genetically modified foods and ingredients that are banned in the US and all the countries in the world. They have been banned due to the harmful ingredients in the foods and the consumer not knowing so. If we have the right to vote, right to voice our opinions, and the right to pursue happiness, we have the right to know what we are bringing into our homes. We are concerned for all Americans that may face the rises of death, the rises of illnesses, and the rise of obesity. This is not a life we desire to live in. We must label all genetically modified foods. Americans should have the choice and the chance to choose health without being blind. First, we're going to talk about the problem of labeling genetically modified foods, who's to blame, and what we can do to solve the problem of labeling.
Now that we have come to the realization that food labels is important, we will discuss why the topic is a large concern. People are unaware of what we consume and have negative concerns that it may impel. Many people's health is getting damaged by the ingredients due to modified food. According to an article published in the Environment Health Perspective Journal on September 1st, 2012, To Label or Not to Label, Diet Richard states, GE crop acreage has steadily increased the concerns regarding the unexpected environmental health hazard. In the absence of strong health and safety data, many national governments across the world have taken steps to minimize the GE food within their borders. This is extremely important for consumers to know what they're buying and consuming. The health is a main concern amongst our society, and these genetically modified foods because they can harm the individual's health. Genetically modified food are processed differently and have various ingredients that people are just unaware, and the awareness may have serious consequences. In addition, the amount of food wasted in hospital bills due to diseases caused by food consumption. According to an article, Natural Food Labeling, False Advertisement, and the First Amendment by Caroline Shepard supports that many people are often brainwashed by food labels, and they don't only believe what the label says, but often what other people's opinion on the product is. The awareness of a person can lead them to various negative consequences.
Now that we are aware that there is an issue with people not knowing what is in our food products, let's turn our attention to the cause of the existence of the issue. Corporate farms and the Food and Drug Administration are responsible for us not being aware of what we consume. Products have been genetically engineered to increase productivity, which concludes that products are more tied to food companies rather than the people. Also, there aren't strict regulations to prevent the use of genetically engineered products. First, there is so much focus on consumption because farming itself is a market, along with the food and processing companies who are trying to compete rather than providing what is best for the consumer. Food products are being genetically engineered to fasten the growing processed products. With this being recognized, industrial farming is a market, and they are all competing to be the most successful. In an article by Amanda Little in the New York Post, posted on April 25th, Michael Pollan, a food activist, journalist, and author, and UC Berkeley graduate, mentions that the major GMO crops are failing, the public is running away from it, and yet the elite opinion is firmly in the camp of, we need this technology to feed the world. The use of pesticides is being justified as a means of keeping the people healthy, but we are actually intaking more chemicals that we are unaware of. The use of genetically engineered products is arguably done to increase productivity. Second, the FDA has not stated a regulated definition for the term natural, resulting in the intentional misuse of the term by companies and allowing them to add pesticides and other harmful substances to our products. Since there are not restrictions, companies are allowed to genetically engineer products.
Now that we know that food companies are to blame for not labeling, as well as mislabeling genetically modified content in their food products, let's look at one way food companies can fix this issue. Food companies should improve GMO detecting techniques when monitoring and detecting genetically modified food products, along with providing factual-based and easy-to-read food labels to consumers. Conducting efficient GMO detecting techniques can help determine whether or not a food product contains any genetically modified organisms, and if so, how much. The UK-based company Lamora, which creates affordable and easy-to-use molecular diagnostic products for both clinical and industrial markets, has reached a breakthrough in GMO testing known as the Lamp-Bart technique. According to an article titled Lamora Making Molecular Easy, these techniques have the ability to detect 0.1% GM contamination in corn, while the current EU limit is 0.9%. Most GMO testing methods practiced in the US require to be performed in a laboratory setting, and one test contains low sensitivity when detecting GM content. Modeling GMO testing techniques in the US after the Lamp-Bart method can benefit both company and the consumer. Companies can save more since this technique offers both on-site and off-site testing at an accurate level. With this type of convenience, companies will be able to invest more on providing consumers fact-based and easy-to-read food labels. If companies fear losing their customers, they should write more detailed food labels mentioning that the GM content in their food products proves to be harmless and doesn't cause any health risks.
We, the people, as consumers, have the right to know what is in our foods that we buy because it does affect our health. It is necessary that food companies provide the labels for genetically modified food because the effects of them can be detrimental to our health. First, we discuss the problem of not labeling genetically modified foods. Then we assign the responsibility of the problem to the FDA and food companies. Then we provided a solution to the issue. At the end of the day, we are what we eat, and by letting toxins in our body, we are intoxicating ourselves. Thank you.